I'm Callie Fausey with the Santa Barbara Independent, and we are out here at UCSB for week 2 of the UC Academic Workers Strike with a faculty solidarity rally at the Arbor.
Hi, I'm Eileen Boris. I am the Hull Professor of Feminist Studies and Distinguished Professor of Feminist Studies, History, Black Studies, and Global Studies. That means I'm a very privileged worker because I hold an endowed chair. The university suggests that graduate workers are part-time workers, and they try to justify their incredibly low wages, in my department less than $24K, to that fact. But we who are faculty who have teaching assistants know that our students give 100%, but it's that recognition that not only are their working conditions, the learning conditions of their undergraduate students, but it's their own learning conditions when our students have to take extra jobs like driving Lyft, living very far away, squeezing too many people into a one-bedroom apartment just to make ends meet. Then it's incredibly difficult for them to advance in the way they should as scholars, but also as teachers.
My name's Emily Fox. I am a fourth-year PhD student at UC Santa Barbara in the Sociology Department, and I have been in elected positions in the union in the past, and now I'm a rank-and-file worker who's still working to organize things. So I am quite lucky and privileged in that I'm living in family student housing right now. So the family student housing that's offered by the university is pretty good. It's rent capped, it's a bit subsidized. It's still super expensive, so I share my apartment with my partner, and I still pay about 50% of my income on rent for paying half the apartment, sharing it with someone else. Like, that's the best setup, and there's like a year-long wait list to get in there. So even though I am able to be in it, like, so many people can't live there and instead have to live in the larger community where it's even more expensive.
How would the union's proposals change your experience living and working at UCSB?
Yeah, so for one, higher pay, we can all afford our rent more, afford, not cutting corners in how much food we can buy, things like that. I have chronic illness. It would be a lot easier to pay for all my medical costs if I'm not having to make sacrifices for other things in my budget. And in general, I think the university at UC Santa Barbara, but also at all the other UCs, will have such a more dynamic, engaged workforce of so many different types of people that right now can't access higher education. So folks who are from working class backgrounds, who are disabled, who have kids, right now they cannot be grad students because it's too expensive. And so I really, really want our community to be more diverse, to allow those new voices and that knowledge to join us.
Pretty much since I moved here with a partner. We have our little family of pets. It's been pretty difficult finding housing out here. And really the only affordable housing, and it's still kind of expensive, is through family student housing for those of us who aren't single individuals. It's a very long wait list to get into that housing. So like my first year was extremely precarious just because I couldn't get that guaranteed housing, which is that very small amount of housing that the university allows us. I'd like to point out, and a lot of others have pointed out as well, a lot of students may be stressed, a lot of undergrads, about getting their grades, but we've had like actual natural disasters postpone finals to the following quarter. And at the end of the day, the students are going to get an incomplete for a little bit, but it's not going to adversely affect them. And the point here is that their learning conditions are our working conditions. Now, this work stoppage isn't meant to harm them. It's meant to disrupt, get the UC's attention, but, we have their interests in mind here.
Which side are you on? Hey, which side are you on? Which side are you on? Hey, which side are you on? Which side are you on? Hey, which side are you on? Which side are you on? Hey, which side are you on? Which side are you on? Hey, which side are you on? Once more. Which side are you on? Hey, which side are you on?
And last question, how long are y'all willing to go?
I'm willing to go as long as it takes.